Close your eyes and listen to the Beatles. They're having a ball right here with us.
We love you, Beatles. Oh, yes, we do.
Yes, this is the Beatles Fab 4 taxi tour. Yes.
When you're not near to us, we're blue. Oh, Beatles, we love
Since Bustade Housing announced last month they would be selling number 10 Admiral Grove in Toxteth, where the former Beatle Ringo Starr lived until the age of 21, there have been plenty of inquiries from potential bidders, both in the UK and internationally.
Words are flowing out like endless rain into a paper cup. They slither wildly as they slip away across the universe.
We had a good time, you know. What's the point in being serious all the time?
In Penny Lane there is a barber showing photographs.
Well, we're here on the iconic Penny Lane. So Penny Lane exists. A lot of people don't realise this. And this, of course, is the song that Paul McCartney wrote. And the reason that Paul wrote Penny Lane was because so many things happened in this area when he was a young boy.
And the banker never wears a Mac in the pouring rain. Very strange.
So the banker, this bank there, he would park directly outside the bank and just go straight in. And they sing, the banker never wears a Mac in the pouring rain. Very strange. Well, it wasn't, because the bank manager would just run straight in.
And now both boys, both John and Paul, were asked to write a childhood song. And so Paul, he wrote Penny Lane, and John wrote Strawberry Field.
Let me take you down, 'cause I'm going to Strawberry Field. Nothing is real, and nothing to get hung about. Strawberry Fields forever.
Paul, could I have your age, height, and when's the record gonna be, please?
21, 5'11". And the next record's going to be out soon, but I don't know when.
When they moved in, that was Mum and Dad's bedroom. The one behind it, the next biggest, that should have been Paul's because he was the eldest child. He ended up in that one.
Yeah.
Now, the building behind it, the one with the columns coming down, that was the Liverpool Institute for Boys. That was the secondary school of Paul McCartney and George Harrison. How ironic, next door to each other. Yeah. So when they were in their last years at school, John was here, they'd sneak out and sneak into the canteen in the basement and they'd practice there.
So this is the Liverpool building?
This is all, it runs around the whole block.
Reviving memories of the fans that helped to make him famous, Paul McCartney returned to Liverpool today for the inauguration of a school for others who want to follow in his footsteps to stardom.
One of my great feelings now is how proud my mum and dad would have been if they could have been here. But I won't get into that because I'll start crying.
Trying to see it my way. Do I have to keep on talking till I can go on?
No Beatles tour would be complete without coming here to John Lennon's home. Moved here in 1945 when he was 5 years old and moved here to live with his Aunt Mimi and his Uncle George. In the house, you'll see a glass porch in front of the doorway, and that's where he did all his rehearsing there. That's all the place he was allowed to rehearse was there. And when Paul came on the scene, that's where his little friend Paul, his Aunt Mimi called Paul, that's where they were only allowed to rehearse and play their guitars in that glass porch.
Now, George got them their biggest ever break, which was a residency in the Kaspar Club. From that it led to Hamburg. From Hamburg back to the Kaspar, Hamburg, the Cavern, Kaspar, and then breaking out around the north of England. When they had all these auditions and they kept failing them for various reasons, but they went through to meet this young producer, that's up and coming producer George Martin, and if he liked them, that would be it. They would have a record contract.
Sun, 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 here it comes. Ah, look at all the lonely
used to sit there when they'd often, this was their little kind of HQ, when they were bunking school or college or wherever, they'd sit there, they'd drink beer, smoke, they'd try writing things. But what got Paul was this Eleanor Rigby person. She was married to Thomas Woods. So if she's married to Thomas Woods, she should be Eleanor Woods. John Mackenzie, he was a father because he had kids. So he was Father Mackenzie.
We are probably at the most important spot on your tour. This is St. Peter's Church Hall, and this is where John Lennon met Paul McCartney for the first time on the 6th of July 1957.
For the name Beatles, and what does it really mean?
John thought of the name Beatles, and he'll tell you about it now. It means Beatles, doesn't it? You know, that's just a name. You know, like shoe.
The shoes. See, we could have been called the shoes for all you know.
We've been together now for 40